Today on the show, I talk about some possible identities for this new Thor. Hello and welcome to the show with issues. I'm Auram and there's a new Thor in town. For those of you that don't know, for the past few months, Thor Odinson has been unworthy of the mighty Mjolnir, and because of this, the burden of the hammer has fallen to another. We still don't know her true identity, however. Let's see if we can figure it out though, shall we? Before I get started, I have to say that there will be spoilers from Original Sin and the current Thor series. Click here to skip past that segment if you don't want to be spoiled. Also, I will be referring to female Thor as just Thor, and male Thor as the Odinson, as they are being called in continuity currently. Alright, so anyway, first I want to explain the lead up to this fancy new Thor we have. Back in mid-2014, there was a massive event called Original Sin, which in short revealed some big secrets of the Marvel Universe. Thor learned of the 10th realm along with his sister Angela, but also was whispered something by Nick Fury which caused him to become unworthy of his hammer. This is why the Odinson is gallivanting around without a shirt on and a giant axe in hand. Anyway, after the events of Original Sin unfolded, we see an unidentified woman pick up Mjolnir and transform into what we see her as today. So who is this new Thor really? Well, that's the thing, we have no idea. It's definitely been hinted at throughout this new Thor series though. We know that the Odinson has met this person before, that she's not Thor's mother, and that she thinks like a very normal person inside. We also know that she's met Dario Agger, the CEO of Roxxon. Another requirement would be some way to get to the moon, as that's where Mjolnir was when she picked it up. There are, however, a few theories on who she truly is. The one that seems to be holding the most weight currently is Roz Solomon, a relatively recent character created in Jason Aaron's God of Thunder run. In short, she was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who spent a lot of time with the Odinson in that run. So let's run through our bullet points with Roz. She has met the Odinson, obviously. She's not his mother. Her speaking patterns as Roz are pretty similar to that of Thor's inner monologue, and she has met Dario Agger during her and the Odinson's encounter with Roxxon during God of Thunder. She's also a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, which probably gives her the ability to get to the moon. The only evidence against this theory is that Roz has black hair while Thor is blonde. This could just be a thing that Mjolnir did though. Remember, Mjolnir gave her the full costume. This is really the only prevalent theory that has weight currently. The rest of the candidates have either been disproven, don't make any sense, or are busy doing other things. For example, two other candidates were Freya, Thor's mother, and Lady Sif. We've seen Freya with Thor, and she has even spoken to her, so she's not an option. And Lady Sif has told the Odinson that she is definitely not Thor. We've not seen the two together, but it sure seems like they aren't one and the same. Also, I don't know why Sif would think like a human rather than her Asgardian self. Characters in the book are also trying to sleuth out who Thor is. In fact, in Thor issue 5, we saw a list of possible candidates written on a scroll. Among them were people like Loki, Sif, Jane Foster, and even Roz Solomon. Sif, Loki, and Roz are all possible, but I don't think the Jane theory holds any ground. There's no possible way of her getting to the moon by herself. Other characters of interest on the list are Enchantress and Amora. I believe Amora is currently tied up with Loki in his book, but Enchantress is possible. But again, Thor's inner dialogue clashes with that of Enchantress's dialect. Some people have even theorized that Thor is a totally new person that we've never seen before. But I'm pretty sure Jason Aaron has said that we've seen her true self at some point. Anyway, this is a lot to take in, and all of it really leads nowhere if I'm being honest. I'm actually super surprised that this secret has been kept for an entire story arc. I was fully expecting to learn who she was the first or second issue. I'm pretty sure we're getting closer though. Thor issue 5 teased a lot of that stuff. I'm almost positive we'll learn her secret identity by the time Secret Wars comes around. I hope I at least presented some interesting theories on Thor's identity, and I'm definitely excited to see where Aaron brings her story in the future. Alright, Marvel needs to cool it with the Secret Wars announcements. They've announced Spider-Verse, Planet Hulk, Old Man Logan, Inferno, and Where the Monsters Dwell tie-ins. I'm not going to go into detail with these anymore since they're announcing so many. If you want to read up on them, link in the description. Other than that though, Tom Brevoort did an interview with Comic Book Resources on the diversity of genre in Secret Wars, and he even touches on why they're releasing so many titles this May. Ryan Reynolds also tweeted out a very sepia-toned picture of him in a certain mercenary's mask. Of course, it's a prototype, so I hope they increase the eye size. They're a little small right now. Lots of new books this week. Of course, just Marvel stuff for me though. I should probably explain that actually. The only reason I'm not reading DC, Image, or any other publisher is just because I haven't started yet. Planning on reading some new 52 stuff, and might eventually pick up Saga. I'll be picking up Silk issue 1, Star-Lord issue 9, and Avengers World issue 17, along with other stuff this week. The Avengers title is going to start to fill in the smaller gaps if time runs out, so definitely pick that up if you can. Anyway, here's the rest of my pull list, and Marvel and DC stuff as always. And that's it. Thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to check back later this week for another show with reviews. Next time my wallet cries because there's so many darn books coming out.